People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. First thing that is popping in the news is an update about an incident that occurred January of 2022, about a year and 2 months ago. Persons are asking, inquiring minds want to know, what is the updates about that 9 or 10-year-old youth that lost his life? His name is Gabriel King in Montego Bay, in which the mother, whose name is Amoi, Leon Issa, big name, powerful name in Jamaica, claims that she was driving her expensive SUV when she was pulled over by some men. Them lick her in her face, take away her car with the little boy in the back. That vehicle was found a couple of hours later, a couple of miles away from the scene in which she claimed them abduct the little youth and bust him short. There was also a kitchen utensil found, said to be the weapon that was used to take away that youth. Persons, mixed reaction, were saying her story does not sound quite right. And people, I am one of those persons. Because the truth and the fact is that if somebody is going to take away somebody, kid, a rich person, you would think that it would be for some sorts of ransom. However, why would you leave the person that you're going to call for that ransom, which is the mother, and then take away the vehicle with the little boy? It defies rational or the thinking of what would be the motive. She claims them liquor in her face, take away the vehicle, rete, lele. Now since then, the investigators are trying to communicate with this lady to get access to the phone, which is standard procedure, so they could see if the mother had anything to do with it, or for the benefit of the doubt, clear her name. However, this lady has been insisting that she's not given any sorts of access to her phone, citing privacy issues. They went to court at least 3 times. Well, call it 2 times. They were given court order for her to give access to the investigators so that they can go in the phone and see if there's anything kind of fishy. See what type of communication might have been taking place between the possibly people who take with the little boy and bust him short and the mother. She has declined on several occasions. She get a lawyer. Lawyer's name is Mr. Cameron. Last name Cameron. There were at least 2 court orders, like I said. They simply wanted access to go into that phone. The mother simply did not want them to go into the phone. The lawyer cited privacy issue, and people, yes, that can be a ground to refuse. However, when we look at the circumstances in which this youth lost his life, and when you think about the maternal instincts of a mother, even if she have any sorts of skin out picture, FREAKY picture, with all sorts of things down in her throat, she would realize that her priority is to clear her name and to get justice for her son, most importantly. So therefore, they went to court before the judge ordered that the police get access. Them have to go a higher court. Court order put out again, that is from September We are now in February going on to March of 2023. This youth lost his life January 13th, 2022. Still I defy the court orders. What is even stranger is that we heard that the family was moving to Canada, or they live in both Canada and Jamaica. The lady is now in Canada. So therefore, they did not, after she was giving the court a hard time, the judge, the investigators, the DPP, they did not seize her travel documents. Now people, I understand that that might be tricky. But if you are the law and you're standing up as the judge, the DA, the investigators, and somebody is defying a case, a high-profile case like this, where a child, 9 or 10-year-old Gabriel King, lost his life, that person was able to jump on an airplane, jump on a train, jump on a boat, go through the border, go through customs, immigration. And this is what the Popo are saying. The Popo are saying the case has reached a stalemate. That means it frees up. It now got nowhere. Stall out like some sorts of hoopty, which is a old car. No sorts of progress. However, they said that if she comes back to Jamaica, she could face possible, not will face, will be arrested for defying court orders. She could. You and I know that that is not going to happen. That will never happen. It might happen to you and I, or anybody else that are average name in Jamaica. When we talk about the name Issa, it is not because the lawyer is such a great lawyer, Mr. Cameron. It is because that name wields power. So therefore, people like those with power and money that have influence, they pretty much hold Paula Llewellyn, Mr. Bailey, top investigators, the Popo, the courts, the system of justice, security minister, commissioner, them all, everybody like that by the BALLS. And them can't do nothing with or about it. Had that had been somebody from the garrison, somebody from down at Tivoli, or even a middle class person, well, let me say somebody from the garrison, they would have sent the whole team, meaning the Popo and soldier, with all sorts of warrant, all sorts of summons, all sorts of bail bond, all sorts of... Anybody would have gone there. And that person, door would have gotten KICKED down. Them would have grabbed that person out of them bed, whether them they in them boxers or them G-string, whatever the case is, and grab them, take them out with matter in a them yai, carry them go a court, carry them in front of the judge. As a matter of fact, the first time that that case went to court, the judge would have look over him glasses with the hammer in him hand and fling the hammer and lick the mother or the papa and say, you mean for tell me, say, your little boy lose him life and the people, meaning the Popo, the investigator, want access to your phone and you deny it? What kind of mama, what kind of papa you is? Who you think you is for do that? But people, moral of this, there's always a double standard as it pertains to law in Jamaica. Now people, here's the thing. The lawyer for this lady, Miss Issa, he is claiming that, listen, if you want access to the phone, you can go through the courts you can get an order from the courts to tell that person you have to give that information over at X amount of time. If you don't, you can end up behind bars. The judge can put out a warrant for you. The next option is that the judge can also give you access to go through the court, go through the telecommunications company, whether a Flow, whether a Digicel, whether a Carousel, whether a any one of them that don't exist any sorts of more. That is exactly what the lawyer, Mr. Cameron, is doing as we speak. He is going to go to the Supreme Court and he's going to try to block the court order. Not just one, two of them that was issued by the judge. So that the investigators have to go through the Digicel, the Flow telecommunications company and get the records or data that way. Now people, here's the strangest thing too. When that little boy lose his life, there was all sorts of conflict, all sorts of drama between the family wanting the BODY and also the body is a part of some sorts of pending investigation. We saw that youth's BODY was cremated prematurely. Now, I understand that if you lose a loved one, a little child, you would want that person to get a decent send-off. However, in the middle of a high-profile case, it seems kind of underhanded when the media or the people on the outside just hear say, they never know say, the little boy BODY got cremated. The Pope are now asking, even after all of that controversy, the data on the phone could unravel, untangle information, communication between a possible suspect and the mother. We just want to clear your name. As a matter of fact, this lady did a couple of interviews with the Popo, the investigators, and based on the information that I am getting, she pretty much said, I do not want to answer any of those questions based on the advice of my lawyer. People, there's a thing that is called silence, mean consent. If you don't have anything to hide, why wouldn't you say? It is because these people know that from day one the story sounds fishy. The judge know, the investigator know, Mr. Bailey knows, the DPP's office knows. So why is it that a mother would tell the investigators to go the long routes? It is because entitlement. It is because of arrogance. It is because they know that our government, they are licky-licky. They are afraid of people with money, with power, because they always or might want to hang around. They might want some sorts of favor in the future, be it immediate or somewhere along the line. People, something is definitely wrong with this system in Jamaica. Something is definitely wrong whenever you make people know, say, listen, there is two sides to the law, one for the rich, one for the poor, powerful, people with the face card, people with that name. So now with this latest update, the lawyer for Mrs. Issa, Mr. Cameron, he is claiming that the Popo, they are trying to paint Miss Issa in a bad light because they are the ones that are incompetent. They are the ones that are not doing their job. According to him, Miss Issa gave them at least 3 authorization letters for them to go to the telecommunications companies and get that data, get that information. However, they have not responded. So what we see going on here is some sorts of blame game. The investigators, the detectives, they are claiming that they are being stalled even after them get a couple of court orders from judges signed and sealed. The lawyer has said no, them are delayed because she give them letter before. They can go. The information even cited the case as it pertains to Vybz Kartel. Say that is what they did in that high profile case. They got information, they got authorization, they went to the telecommunications company, and the telecommunications company gave them the data that they needed. People, me no know where they on this lady phone, what she is hiding. However, in my opinion, she is hiding information that, listen, me have something to do with this, me make some sorts of plan, and me try to take away my picnic. Me no know how it happen, me no know if it's a mistake, me no know if she rough him up and him lose him life, and then she decide that she's going to come up with some sorts of intricate plan for say somebody ABDUCTED him, somebody KIDNAPPED him, and bust him short and left him in the car. People, me know say something wrong, something suspicious, something sounds fishy. However, what is even more fishy is the psychs that is being perpetuated on the Jamaican people as if them not have no sense because them know say traditional media is not going to say the truth. It is going to take people like myself with balls, with intestinal fortitude, with spine, with backbone that can call a spade a spade. And this lady must be guilty of something why she refuses to allow this phone. So people, what we see is a tactics that is always being into effect. Delay, 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 and blame game. Meanwhile, this little youth lost his life however way that he lost his life. And the mother refused to assist, cooperate with the investigators and get a smooth transition. She want to take them to go around the bush, beat round Nyasa, go around the back door, go through the side over the roof, when she can simply just open the door and let them in, give them access to the phone. People, everything in life is very simple. Whenever people try to complicate things and make it more than what it is, it tells you that them have something to hide. And anybody with an iota of sense can see that. So therefore, she might beat or buck the judicial system, the court, the DPP, the judge, the investigators. However, as it pertains to the court of public opinion, which includes myself, this lady is guilty as sin. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.